Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. We are here at a very crowded guard town St. Peter. And the reason it's very crowded is because we have these brand new diesel trains. In fact, here is one arriving. Is it empty or is it full? It's full. We have a new main line. And I'm going to show you that main line in a second. But using these new trains, I'm going to show you the good news first. You can see where I've been buying new vehicles. We're still operating at a loss. But using these new trains, we are making an absolute ton of money. Our income is going up and our running costs are going down. There is a bit of a rise here because, again, as I said, we brought in new trains. But the difference is getting bigger and bigger in the positive side, which is fantastic news. That means we're making more and more money as time goes on, which is exactly what we wanted to do. The not so good news is, as you can see, Godtown St. Peter is almost at capacity. Or at least the eastern side is. The western side we haven't even started with yet, so that's going to be, a challenge in the future, linking all that up. And that's going to be part of today's episode. Not all of it, but part of it. The new main line. Yes, why don't I show you that? Well, Chenville West is staying as it is, except we have no trains running through Chenville West at the moment, which kind of gives me an opportunity to do something that I've been wanting to do for a little while now, but I think I can do it. I think I might be able to. I'm not sure. I don't want to do it just yet. Actually, no, I can do it. I can do it. Let's actually build the new platforms first. What I basically want to do is change the way these platforms are set out so that we don't have to use the main line all the time for trains going through, because that's a bit of a pain. It's a huge pain. We don't want that. We want this station to work so that through trains on the slow line actually go through the slow line and don't go through the fast line, because that does hold up the express trains that are genuinely wanting to use the fast line to go somewhere. So we're going to redo this. And I just want to check that we've got the right one. I think it's that one. Looks like it. There we go. We want to move this signal back one. Like that. We want to move this signal back one, which I'm going to have to do very quickly. Like that. We'll get rid of that signal. We can then connect... In fact, let's just get rid of these extra platforms now, because we don't need them. Get rid of these ones, and we get rid of these ones. This one connects up like so, and this one connects up like so, with this one also going across, and then this one connects up like so, and this one, I'm going to have that there. In fact, for this one, I might put an extra tunnel in, like that, because we got the space for it, so we might as well. And connect it up like that. Now I can do that and that. Put another one of these signals here. Change that like so, so that train can get moving again. Why that's on that track I don't fully know, but there we go. And finally put a signal there. Done. Okay, so the trains come through here. They then go through the tunnel as per usual. They go to Guardtown St. John. I've taken out the middle platforms. I think I did this on camera in the last episode. If not, I've taken out the middle platforms. We've got this weird sort of layout here now, but actually it's not too bad. It sort of shows a station that has expanded over time, which is exactly what this station has indeed done. Then from Guardtown St. John, we carry on this way as per usual, and it's here that the difference starts. So we've got Kintborough North as well, which again I'm going to redesign very quickly. So let's see. I want to put that one there. Oh, okay. Maybe we won't be redesigning it right now. We will be redoing this one though. So again, it's going to be side platforms and a main line running through the centre. But yeah, here. Look at this. We've got a brand new main line. Now I haven't got a name for this one yet. I think this one is probably going to be called the Great Eastern. I mean, Great Eastern is one that already exists in England. Great Eastern Main Line, GEML. That goes from London up to Ipswich way. And I think it goes to Norwich as well. Not 100% sure. But that's the Great Eastern. We're not going to call it the Great Eastern Main Line because that name's taken, but it's definitely going to be called the Great Eastern. This one could be the Great Northern. Even though it ends up, it goes all the way along here like this, all the way along here, goes through this bit, which is a junction station. You can see the trains are a little bit bunched up again because of the way I released them, but actually it's working out okay. They are evening themselves out quite nicely. You might recognise this line. It's the Great Eastern again, or at least it's one branch of it. It's the northern branch of the Great Eastern Main Line, which is not called the Great Eastern Main Line. Need to remember that. Anyway, we go over here, and then actually it runs parallel to and joins up over here at Donfingley Parkway, and then it carries on as normal to Honford. This one here is going to cut back across this part of the country, through these main cities, through these main cities, through all of these main cities. There's the high speed line, and it's going to connect up probably near here, maybe at Buntown actually, because Buntown can then become a big interchange station. In fact, I could do it via Fenthill and actually justify this being a mainline station then. So build another set of platforms maybe in this hole and then have a tunnel that goes underneath, something like that. And then have this as a 4-track main line which then splits off into its separate junctions. Of course we've got Tunville up this way as well, which is a possible junction point. Maybe. Not fully decided yet. But definitely that is potential expansion. We, however, today are going south. So if I follow this main line all the way through, we get to here. Great Barnville Junction. And the first bit I want to build today is this one, which again is going to curve off to the east. Because we have another... in fact, do we have another? We kind of do. I could rebuild this and have this connect up and then have this one come down and round, maybe. Or I can rebuild the approach here. And actually I kind of like this idea. So let's get rid of these buildings. Like so. How many platforms is this? I'm hoping it's 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, perfect. Build this out like that. Build these ones out. And then put these new crossovers in. Like so. We are going to have to... In fact, let's losing my words at the moment. Right, let's put that like that. Move these signals back one. We're going to move them completely in a second anyway, but for now we're going to move them back one. That gets that one in. Then we've got to do these other new crossovers, like so. I might as well put that one in as well, which means we then put this one in. New signals there and there. Like that. These ones connect up, one there and one there. And these ones connect up. This one here and this one. Just punched my desk. There, like that. And then we need to put the new waypoints in, which is very easy to do. Get rid of those. First waypoint is this one, and this is for slow. In fact, let's put this extra crossover in first. Like that, so I know that it's definitely in the right spot. So this one is slow, and this one is fast. And then get rid of that one and that one. And then, of course, get rid of these. Like that. Perfect. New bit of station completed. I love being able to retrofit my stations like that. Very, very cool. Now I can lower this land and actually build this in. Now today is all about the actual structuring of the line. As I keep saying, actually doing the timetabling, it's not the most entertaining of things. I know you guys don't particularly want to sit and watch me doing that. So actually building lines is a crucial part. And I wanted to show me building the line in the last episode, the new line. But in actually building it, it was a very long, drawn-out process of carefully planning where each station was going to go and where each bit of track was going to go. And, you know, I did the planning for it off camera, and I went to hit the record button, and I suddenly thought, this isn't going to make for very entertaining viewing, because everything was carefully planned, meticulously looked into. And, you know, it's not as entertaining as perhaps it could be. So the simple idea then was, don't show it. Just build it off camera and then actually do a tour of the line when we come back, which is pretty much what I did. In the future, I do want to do episodes like I used to do in my Cities in Motion series, of just random vehicles actually going along the lines, showing you guys all the stops and things like that. Let me know what you think to that idea, because I know that was a very popular choice in the Cities in Motion series. A lot of you enjoyed that, and actually it was quite nice for me to sit and record them as well. I know there are some people out there who have a problem with some of my, let's say, video choices. Not exactly keen on the way I choose to present videos, particularly in time lapses. People seem to, or one particular person I'm aware of has a problem with my time lapses, and I have explained in a video why I choose to do the time lapses, so it shouldn't be a surprise anymore. And there is a reason. I don't just do it for the hell of it. There is a reason. And actually, time lapses, I like watching time lapses. Not all the time, but most of the time. I like seeing something be built, something big be built in a short space of time. You can actually watch it as it goes from start to finish. And as long as it's not too fast. I don't think mine are too fast. If they are, then, you know, let me know and I will slow them down. But I think I go at a pretty decent pace. You can actually see an idea come to fruition in a single video. Because some of the stuff I build, you don't actually notice it when you watch the video, but some of it takes hours of constant building to actually produce. And it is very, very time consuming to sit there and record it. And I don't want to make you guys sit there for an hour and watch it. So I try and speed it up, which is exactly what a time-lapse is. It's a sped up piece of footage. And if you put the right music over it, and you put the right editing techniques over it, it actually comes out very nice. I'm quite pleased with my time-lapses. I think that the way I've got the music working now especially is a very nice feature. But, you know, that's easy for me to say. It's not up to me, it's up to you. So do let me know what you think. Don't be deliberately negative for the sake of it, because that's not what I appreciate, and that's why I take exception to this particular comment, because it didn't feel like it was constructive criticism. It was just time-lapse are boring. And that's, you know, what am I meant to do with that? I've completely messed up the alignment of this rail as well. There we go. Let's fix that. So this, again, it's another big main line. And this is going to be the other way of getting to Guardtown St. Peter, the other side of Guardtown St. Peter, as well as Guardtown St. George. Because as we know, this goes to Great Barnville Junction, which connects to all of those stations. And we can actually then get mainline diesel trains running between this station up here, which I keep forgetting the name of, Denfingfield Central, and I'm just looking at this actually. I might need to rename those waypoints. Going between Denfingfield Central and Guardtown St. George. And, you know, a whole other vast array of different options suddenly become available. Something else which I do need to do is work on vehicle maintenance, and I still need to redo all the electric trains as well. I'm very pleased with the way the diesel trains worked out, and that has sort of pushed me on now to want to do it with other trains on the network. To try and increase that profit-loss boundary, because then I don't need to use the cheat anymore. I can just have money, not have to worry about where it comes from. Right, this route is actually pretty much planning itself, which is nice. Yeah, there's a lot of big towns on this route, which I'm very pleased with, because the next one I want to go through is down here, where we're going to have an interchange station. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I'm going to leave those outside tracks for now as a benchmark. We might even put that up to 8 platforms. We'll see how that goes. What the hell is happening here? What is happening here? Loads of vehicles queuing that shouldn't be. That's not right. That's really messed up. Something's gone wrong with the timetabling, it looks like. Yeah, some of these vehicles are running late. That should sort itself out. I hope. Where were we? We were over here, we were over here, and we were over here. Yes, I'm going to leave these outside tracks as a placeholder, because the first thing I want to do is get the signals in, and then build the stations around the signals. As I said before, that's my new strategy for actually doing these new main lines. So we'll build the point work and all that stuff in after we've built the signals. Just to make sure that everything's lined up accordingly. Whoops, I did not want to close that window. So here we go, nice little diagonal here. Now the vast majority of these are actually going to be full-length platforms, because as I say, these are big towns, so we want to connect them all up. This one here could probably be 4 tiles long. This one here is going to be a huge interchange station, and actually one of the other things I wanted to talk about in this episode is the possibility of branch lines, little branch lines that go off to different places as well. Not necessarily connected to the main network. Maybe a little connecting line, just, you know, because pretty much every single railway track in England, no matter what network it's on, providing it's of the same gauge, they're all connected. You know, there's a connection between the best example I can think of is at St Pancras. There's a connection between High Speed 1 and the East Coast Main Line. There's a connection between High Speed 1 and the North London Line. There's a connection between the North London Line and the East Coast Main Line. And there's a connection between all 3 of those lines and the Midland Main Line. So, you know, you think about it, every time a new railway is built, one of the first things they talk about is where they're going to connect it up to the existing network. It's one of the arguments with High Speed 2 right now, is how is it going to connect to the rest of the network. There's talks of connecting it to High Speed 1, there's talks of connecting it to all the main lines that come out of London. It's actually, as far as I'm aware, it's one of the things that's holding up the main project, is the huge debate going on about how the tracks are actually going to leave London so that they're all connected. It's a very, very complicated process. But, you know, there's actually main line tracks that connect to London Underground as well. There's a bit between... I'm trying to remember the stations. Wimbledon, I believe, is one of them. And Uxminster, I think that's the name of it. The District Line actually shares tracks with London Overground. And there's the same thing with the Bakerloo line heading out towards Watford. London Overground shares tracks with them, or with the Bakerloo line. And the Metropolitan line, I believe, has a connection not far north of Wembley. And it just means everything is connected. It's very useful if you're... there's a place in Derbyshire called Old Dalby. And there's a test track there. And they use it for testing of new trains. And it's very handy to get trains to and from there, because you can just take them along the main network. And it's actually a very, very good idea to do it that way. And I guess if you're just transferring stock between different lines, you can do it that way. So it's the kind of thing I want to replicate here. So there'll be a tiny little connection between each one of these lines. As well as, you know, the existing connections that we've got, so that actual revenue trains can traverse these railways. That is very important as well. Now I'm demolishing this, but I'm also thinking at the same time, is this probably the best place for it? And the answer is fastly becoming no. But actually, if I do this, I could change my mind. Sometimes you have to build it first and then think afterwards, does it look good? And now I'm looking at it, sort of, yeah, that looks okay. Because then I can have the tracks go across like this. Hopefully be able to squeeze a station in there. Length 12, that should be possible. Maybe one more just for luck. And again, a little bit of terraforming required. The money is starting to drop again. But the route itself is doing very well. I'm not going to electrify most of this main line. I'm going to leave it like it is, because it's going to cost an absolute fortune to electrify all of this. Absolute fortune. Now, I've no idea what those industries were, but they were in the way, so they have to go. Because the station is going to be built there, and then there's going to be another station which serves this town, and then there's going to be another station which serves this town, which again is going to be a big junction station. Because you look, actually maybe down here there'll be a big junction station. We might completely bypass this town and have that as a branch. But we're approaching the edge of the map, which means we're very nearly at our destination, which is very good news. Because our money is not going to last much longer at this rate. As I say, we're not going to electrify this line unless we absolutely have to. That's my phone, apologies for that. I'll have to check what that is after. We're not going to electrify this line unless we absolutely have to, because it's going to cost a fortune. And actually the diesel trains are pretty good. I quite like them. The new ones that we started putting in, they're not the prettiest to look at. The colour scheme is a bit off. If you put them in a good livery, then it looks fantastic. But actually the purpose of them, and how they work, and how they operate, and how much money they generate, is very, very good. They got a good top speed, they got a very good acceleration rate, they keep up with the express trains, that's for sure. That's going to come out right in the water, isn't it? Going to have to slope that up, and then cut away some of this town. And then let's just choose here. Yep. Cool. That's all nicely done. As I say, we're going to bypass the main city here of Sutford, because we're going to have a branch line go there, no doubt, from this new big station that we're going to build here, which is going to be 8 tracks all the way through. Like that. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're actually going to have another branch going to go off that way. Another main line-ish type line that's going to go off that way. So it works out very nicely. Which is very, very cool indeed. It's going to do that. There we go. Put these in like so. Cross here a little bit more. Now again, I'm going to put the tracks in first, finish building the track, put the signals in, and then we'll build the station with that in mind. So we can end up with a big gap in blocks between the crossovers and the actual next signal, but it fits in with the signals are every 8 to 16 tiles from each other. And that's kind of what we're aiming for with this. So there we go, pop those in. That's that bit done. This line is then obviously going to go straight across this lake somehow. How are we doing for time? 23 minutes. Very good. And then it's just, yeah, straight across this bit. Pretty much in a straight line until we get to where we need to be, which is not far away, he says. It's fairly far away. It's fairly far away. Okay, so in that case, we're going to do this. Like that. And then... I mean, this main line is going to run along the coast, so we want to avoid some of these towns. We want to go this way. Because this is going to be like the south coast main line. What have I got in the way here? Another kind of pit of some kind. So yeah, we want to avoid the south coast main line. I don't even know what this one is going to be. Southeast, maybe? And then it's going to run along here. I swear we already have a... Oh, we have a Montbourne. I don't think we have a Montborough on the map. That is one thing I'm fairly impressed with, actually, is you think how many towns there are on this map. You don't often see repetitive names, if at all. Which is, you know, very impressive. You think about it. The computer manages to generate enough random names that you don't get the same one all the time. Very impressive. Alright, that's going to be like that. This one is going to go straight across like that. Again, this one is called on sea. There is no sea nearby. There's actually one of our stations. I think it was that junction station I showed you. The town's called like Denfingley on Sea. The sea is miles away. I don't know where they got that from. That's the downside of the randomly generated names. Is you get on sea where there's no sea just at all. And the station is built in the middle of a valley that runs straight through the centre of the town, so it definitely can't be near the sea, otherwise it would be flooded. Like, perpetually flooded. So that was a bit of a hit and miss, that one. Or swing and a miss, I should say, not a hit and miss. No, I want to go through Again, there's another one near, fairly similar name. Oh dear, one of our trams has just been hit by a train. That's what happens when you don't space yourselves out properly. That's why I'm not a big fan of that. Right, where am I going to go here? I'm going to go to the north side of this. Like that. And cut up this way. Clear out a 4-track gap. Like so. And like that. And just do that so it matches. There we go. In fact, I've kind of messed this up again a little bit. Yep. Just slope that up like that. There we go. Not too bad. And I need to cut out an extra track. That's fine. How are we doing for money? 15 million. So I've only spent 5 million since the last time I checked. Again, big difference. I had 34 million when I started talking about money. If I had been using electrified tracks, that money would have gone before we'd have reached halfway towards this point. So the fact that we've still got money is fantastic. Diesel for the win. The trains might be more expensive to run. I know there's some drawback, which is why electrification is encouraged. Obviously, traction speed is better, acceleration is better, and I think its running cost is better. But it's just cheaper to build. In the long term, running cost comes into it. But when you're building and then running it and getting quite a big profit from it, it is a very, very long time before you start noticing the difference. Okay, we're now going this way. I'm very lazy with my station building as well. You notice all the platforms were bare on the new line. I'm going to have to find some time off camera and actually go through and make them all nice and pretty. That's my phone again. Someone's desperately trying to get in touch with me, it seems. But yeah, I'm going to go through and make the stations look nicer. Maybe put some island platforms in instead, because some of the side platforms, they're okay, but they could be better. I mean, they're not terrible, let's put it that way. That's way too close. I think here we want like a defining feature of a bridge going across. So let's clear out a 4-track space again, like so. That one goes across, that one goes across, that one goes across, and that one goes across. And then these go straight across like this. Get rid of that. 200, yep. 320. 320 and another 200. Trains are never going to get to that speed down here, but you know, it's nice to at least have the prep in case we do decide to electrify in the future. And again, there's a lot of destruction that goes on with the building of these lines, and I know it's not exactly beneficial, shall we say, to the nearby towns and cities, but once the line is built, the town can grow around it and expand off in different directions. So in that case, it's very, very beneficial. You know, I cut out a 4-tile gap to build a railway line through, and then the rest of it just grows around. It's like, you know, it's like when you cut yourself. There's a hole, but over time it heals, and that's exactly what we're doing here. We're cutting holes in the towns in order to build the line through, but then over time it heals, and it's as if it was always part of it. That's a really bad analogy. I need to work on my analogies. So I'm in that sort of difficult position again where I'm trying to build and talk at the same time. another reason for the time lapse. It means I can just build without having to worry about doing a commentary at the same time, because I don't particularly want to sit here in silence. That can be very boring. Right, we are nearly there now, aren't we? Yes, we're within sight. So 2 more stations, I would say. 2 more towns to go through and then we're there. So we're going to climb up the outside of this hill. What's in the way? Something there. That's my phone ringing now. I have to ignore that. Sorry guys, I will put my phone on silent for the next recording. I know you're probably asking why can't I do it now, but again it sort of distracts me from building. Let's just have another quick look at this. We want this one to come up. Like this. And then across. Like this. And like that. And like that. There we go. And then straight line across through here. We'll level the land as well. There's one station on the new line that I built off camera, where the actual station itself is built on a sort of like embankment that runs through the centre of the town, and that was done deliberately because I thought it looked like a nice feature. It reminds me of stations like, is it Hertford East? I think it is, or just Hertford, where the actual station is built on a viaduct that goes right across the main road into the town. You know, there's some old tube stations in London that are built on viaducts, and some of the DLR is built raised up. But this one, I thought it was a natural hill originally that went towards the town, and then it suddenly sloped steeply down into the town. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if the actual track just continued going flat straight across it, and then you had like tunnels and bridges and things like that took the road to the other side of the track. Again, I got lazy halfway through, so it's not actually finished, but there is a nice bridge just before the platforms where the road goes under, and it does look very, very nice. It does look very good. Once we put trees and stuff around it and the buildings spring up again, it's going to look fantastic. And talking of looking fantastic, this line is nearly finished, which again looks fantastic. I'm just going to flatten that out and flatten that out. Flatten that out. Like that. Drop this one down. Drop that one down. Drop that one down. And drop that one down. And then connect these up. So that one there. That one there. Whoops. That one there. And that one there. And then just draw these across. Perfect. We are done, guys. We have connected 2 huge cities together. Connected lots of huge cities together. Now we've got to do the signalling. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. And that should go all the way across to where it needs to be. We're going to up this to 17. Pop that one there. Pop that one there. And that should do that one. Now let's see where the seem to have, oh, because we've gone around a corner. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see where the intermediate junction stations are going to be. Well, here's one. So I think that the station will be built in this gap here, maybe, or maybe this gap here. Looking at it, one thing we have done is completely ruin the town of Cutfield. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna have to sort of rejuvenate that somehow. So that's one done, and then the other one was where I put the other tracks in here. Actually, this one works out quite nicely. We've got the 2 main express lines that go through, and the platforms here will go at the side. So that's worked out okay as well. And then we'll follow this all the way up and round. And yeah, that's actually gone very, very nice. That signal there we can get rid of. And there we are, guys. That's the new line done, and it's going to go all the way through the junction stations, all the way through Great Barnville Junction, and then up to Guardtown again, and beyond. So, all that's left for me to say in this episode is thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Next episode I would have built all the stations, etc., so we can actually watch a train running, because I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to start at Denford Field and we're going to watch a train and see where it ends up. So until then guys, and until next time, I will see you soon.